My name is Marty. I'm with California Disability Committee Action Network, CDCAN. My sister, I am here because of my sister Elena, who had developmental disabilities. We're here, all of us, for people that we love, people that we care about. And before I introduce Lois Curtis, let us all, everywhere in this audience, let us be quiet for a second and let us honor the in-home supportive services workers, the direct care workers, the community providers who provide supports and services to people with disabilities, mental health needs, and seniors across this state. Give them a hand. Rise up. Show them. Let's show each other that we care about their work and the value of their work, even if the governor and the legislature does not. We face difficult times, and people are scared, and we should be. But we will get through this, because we know our fight is about justice. Our struggle is about rights. And our cause is about hope. So we can't be wrong. We can't be wrong. When we fight for justice and hope, we cannot be wrong. And it won't be long when we unite our community into a force to fight for rights, to fight for justice, and to fight for hope. There is a proverb, and Lois is a good example of that proverb. When we pray, move your feet and make them hear us in the Capitol. We will be like a rock. We will not be moved. We will be seen. We will be heard. And while we may be scared of the harm that is happening and will happen to our friends and family across this state, we will not be afraid to stand up. We will not be invisible. We will be united, and we will get through this. We will get through this. And if we despair or get tired of this constant struggle, remember that this is about a child with autism, with Down syndrome, or other special needs. It's about a friend who is blind, an uncle with MS, an aunt with mental health needs. It is about a father with traumatic brain injuries, or a mother with disabilities, a grandparent with Alzheimer's. It is our families. It is our friends. It is the workers who provide supports and services. It is our community. We do not have a choice. We cannot give up. We do not fight just for a service. We fight for a life. We do not fight just for a program. We fight for our rights. We do not fight just for funding. We fight for a promise to be kept. And that promise is one that two women from Georgia fought for when they filed their lawsuit in 1995. They filed that lawsuit to force the state of Georgia and this country to remember that promise, to recognize the rights of people with disabilities, mental health needs, and seniors. Lois Curtis and also Elaine Wilson were the two women with disabilities who lived for years in Georgia state institutions. They wanted to live in their own community and in their own home, but were denied their rights. And so they stood up for rights, they stood up for independence, for respect, and for this country to recognize those things and to keep the promise that must not be forgotten. They remembered, and they made this country remember too. In 1999, 7 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court remembered in a landmark ruling called the Olmstead decision, which is named after the state official in charge of Georgia Health and Human Services. That ruling, that historic ruling, required all 50 states to take steps that recognizes the rights of people with disabilities and seniors to live in their own homes, in their own communities. That landmark decision required all 50 states to take steps to prevent the unjustified, unnecessary action of forcing people with disabilities and seniors into nursing homes or other institutions. All 50 states, all 50 states. So we are here today to remind our governor and the legislature that California is a part of the United States of America. We are here. We are here to remember the 10th anniversary of the Olmstead decision and to honor the 2 women and the legal team that won such a victory for all of us, all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. And we are here today to remind the state of California and the governor and the legislature inside that building and our friends and the people of this state. It is a victory that we will not forget, not let go of, no matter how bad the budget shortfall is. The Olmstead decision reminded all of us that a person's rights must never be shortchanged because of a shortfall. Today in 2009, we pay tribute to one of those 2 women who filed that history-making lawsuit and who is here with us today, Lois Curtis. The other woman who filed the lawsuit with Lois Curtis was Elaine Wilson, who passed away in December 2004. Elaine Wilson loved her life living in the community and living in her own home. Let us remember her life and what she did for all of us too. And today, we remember Lois Curtis and her advocacy for her rights, for justice, and hope, which ended up changing our entire nation. All 50 states, including California. Tens of thousands of people, children, adults with disabilities, with mental health needs, seniors across this land were released from institutions or had the right of their choice to live in their own homes, recognized because of Lois Curtis and because of Elaine Wilson and their stand for human justice. Today, Lois Curtis is a successful artist and continues her work as a strong and good advocate. She was the recipient of the 2007 Harriet Tubman Act of Courage, along with 6 others, including civil rights hero John Lewis. Lois Curtis's story and her work is an act of courage. Please, all of us, stand and let us welcome our hero, our friend, and a great artist, Lois Curtis, from the great state of Georgia.